always wanted to learn how to garden, but I never knew where to start or what to do. So I decided to call in an expert.
Oh, thanks.
This is Gord Nickel, and we are at Wildwood Outdoor Living Centre. Gord, tell me how long you've been gardening.
Oh, gardening for a very long time. It's probably 30 or 40 years. I started here when I was like 15, so and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it's been a while.
Okay, so you know what you're doing.
Hope so.
Okay.
Hope so.
Can you turn me into a gardener?
Absolutely. No
Great.
problem.
Okay, so I think our first lesson has something to do with these.
Yes, everyone's going to start harvesting all their apples, pears, all those kinds of things. And they're going to be storing them. They're going to have fruit flies. Fruit flies have been a big problem. So if you want to try to get rid of fruit flies, there's a great plant, this Nepenthes, that will actually help you get rid of them. It's a tropical pitcher plant that you can grow in your house. We'll grow these little pitchers, and you can actually, what happens is they set off a sweet smell to them, and the fruit flies go right in there. They get gobbled up, and you don't have any problems with them.
And I think if you actually look inside there, you can see some of the fruit flies you were telling me.
Yeah, let's find one here. I think this one might have it. We'll cut it open and see if we can find
like a
some.
science experiment.
Oh, this one was pretty empty. Let's try this one.
I think I saw some in there.
Yeah, there's definitely something in there. But they've been there for a while. You might not see them too well. There are just a few in the bottom there.
Yep.
They've been gobbled up. They've already probably been digested, as those are older pitchers.
Yeah.
But when they grow, they're going to produce new ones at the end. You can see these small ones here. They're just starting to come up now.
Right.
So what we want to do is to actually transplant this into a bigger pot, so now we'll get some new pitchers for later on. So we'll start with
Put that back.
We'll start with this. So it's basically sphagnum moss, and I'm going to add some orchid bark. And I'm going to get you to do this, if that's all right, Jasmine.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to, I need you to just churn that up right in there.
Oh, you just pour it in there?
Yeah, I'll just get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that technique.
Yeah, I was born to do this.
You were.
There you go. Look at this.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
So now we'll take the Nepenthes, and if you can pull it out of there,
just like this.
Just lift it up,
yep.
And we're going to plunk it right in there. Now this
like
one needed replanting. It was at my house forever. Oh gosh, it needs it, and you're giving it to it. It's beautiful.
Now
yeah.
I just
throw it in around the sides.
Okay. There you
all
go.
gooey. Lucky it's not all muddy. It's kind of actually.
So why did this one need replanting?
You know what? It had used up all the substrate, all the sort of materials around it. It actually been in there probably for about 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So we'll take that. It's doing a great job there.
Thanks. I don't know how much goes in.
Yeah, just keep sticking it in. That's all right. It loves it. It loves it.
There you go.
Perfect. So now all you need to do is just stick that in the back of the planter. These, once they get large, they actually start to sort of twine around, and they need some kind of support so you can hang the pitchers like they have here.
Gotcha. And then these need to be straight up?
Well, they will. They'll always find their way to be straight up. Okay. And they like lots of water, these plants, so a lot of water, moisture, a lot of humidity. You can see down here that we've already added a lot of moisture onto the dish, so that's going to keep this nice and fresh, and it needs the moisture to put the digestive enzymes in the bottom of the little pitcher so they can get the fruit flies.
And you've got another one there.
I do. This one is called Viking. This one's Nepenthes alata. This one's called Viking. Viking grows a little bit bigger, but it does have that nice red tinge to the leaves. Which is kind of cool. And then it will also grow, there's one there, it's going to start to grow the new little pitchers on it. These are great. They're so easy to grow. I mean, once you get them started, as long as you've got some food for them, and they don't all just have to have fruit flies, they can have flies too.
Yeah.
They'll catch. So
how long do they last?
Well, this one is about 10 years old. It grew all over. I had it across my window. I pruned it back very, very hard, hence why it's only got, a couple pitchers left.
Yeah.
I would, if you treat them right, years and years, at least 10 for sure.
And it's an indoor and outdoor thing? Or?
No, just an indoor plant.
Okay.
It doesn't go dormant as a lot of the other carnivorous plants do, where they'll die back and then come on. So they just keep growing.
Right. So it's not like this seasonal sort of thing.
No, you can have them there. I mean, fruit flies are around all the time. They come in on vegetables from the grocery stores and all sorts of places. So, you know, if you got fruit flies, that's it's a great natural way. You know, people have used that, what is it, apple cider vinegar with the cones and all that.
Yep.
Hey, this is way prettier than apple cider vinegar.
Are they rare to find, or is it easy?
They come in waves, you know. You'll find them at local garden centers, but sometimes they'll only have a couple of them, and then all of a sudden they'll have tons of them. So you just sort of call out your local garden center, and they will have them.
Okay, so if I get one of these and I have it, you know, in my house, how do I make sure it can last as long as possible?
Okay, great question. It needs bright light, but not direct light. It'll do well. It should never dry out. If you can help it, just make sure that it always has a good, adequate supply of moisture. And then other than that, doesn't need fertilizer. It just needs water and some bright light.
Perfect. Okay, so I think that was a pretty good lesson. How do you think I did?
You did great. You are in good company to be a great horticulturist.
Yay, okay.